work with Countess Chiara and her family. And I think one of the most beautiful things about you is that you work as a family. And you work with the generations. I mean, you Carlo, you Maria Victorina, and Mr. Francesco. I think it's wonderful to work as a family, because this is what we do as well. We started as a family. My mother started a Christian Arabic TV show with her, and actually moved us to Egypt when I was only 13 years old. So the culture shock for me as an American, you can imagine, in Egypt, but it was the best thing that could ever happen to me, because it opened my eyes to the beautiful culture and led us to the melodies of the Mediterranean. So Mom, if you would like to present a little bit about yourself and your organization, I'll share what we have in mind.
I cannot just thank you enough for your kindness, for your warm feelings, and your Lord. Your heart is for the Lord, and this represents the heart of the Lord. And I'm very, very appreciative to our stay here and all of these wonderful people that you are introducing us to. I think each and every one of you, I try to get to know you more in a personal way. Sometimes I'm like, I open my front door. And we are here just to encourage each other, lift each other up. Let each one of us know our destiny and our identity. If we understand who we are and why we are created, we will be doing lots of great things because we will be able to see. And I can see here seers. I can see people motivated for life, motivated to do good for the world. We are here for a short time. And as you can see, all of the pictures here of great people that they have done a lot for the world and they impacted the world. When we go, what is it going to be said about us and how we're going to impact generations? Not just for now, generations and generations. I cannot thank God enough for my daughter and my son who's in back home in California, and my husband. My husband is the backbone. Men, you are the backbone of women that have a destiny. Women are not just to sit down and to cook and to take care of our family. This is a big part, but we do have many other parts. And a good husband can understand it and push us forward. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the family. Thank you again.
Okay. I can say really your presence here because Yvette came from Los Angeles. They are 2 days ago, to be here when Jacqueline and me present this project in Italiano and in English. Okay? I speak in Italian and Yvette speak in English. Allora, avete visto, potete sedervi, if you want to sit down allora, vi abbiamo fatto vedere un po' velocemente quello che la Fondazione ha fatto tutti questi anni. Senza autocelebrarsi è veramente tanto quello che fanno loro e quello che facciamo noi dall'altra parte del globo. Ma amiamo tutti il Mediterraneo, okay? Quindi abbiamo tutta una passione per il Mediterraneo. Ci sentiamo tutti un po' col Mediterraneo, indipendentemente dalle lingue, dalle guerre e dalle differenze ovviamente culturali che ci sono, ma le differenze culturali arricchiscono, non sono semi di guerra, devono essere semi di unione, bisogna semplicemente capirsi, andare al di là dei pregiudizi. Questo argomento è un po' il filo conduttore di quello che facciamo noi con la Fondazione Donà. La Fondazione Donà si occupa soprattutto di creare ponti in Italia tra Venezia e Palermo, perché c'è bisogno anche lì abbiamo divisioni, ponti tra Venezia e Mestre, anche lì abbiamo una divisione, Venezia è una città lagunare, non è che città ferma, ponti tra Venezia e l'isola Tiberina, Roma, ma ponti con le diverse culture, ponti con Israele, con la Palestina, con l'Egitto, che l'Egitto è un paese a noi molto caro per 1000 ragioni, legate anche al re e a tante questioni che sono proprio legate alla storia dell'Egitto, che è molto unita con l'impero romano, con l'Italia, come anche Israele, come lo chiamiamo oggi noi, questo territorio che viene chiamato Israele e la Palestina. Abbiamo quindi pensato, Jacqueline ed io, che siamo entrambi avvocati, siamo entrambi artiste a nostro modo, e Jacqueline si occupa molto della violenza contro le donne, come avete visto, quindi l'educazione anche che nasce proprio nella cultura per bloccare la violenza contro le donne, mentre io mi occupo più di bambini o di diritti dei popoli, cioè il diritto dei popoli ad avere pari dignità. E quindi abbiamo unito le nostre due diverse esperienze, diciamo sicuramente ventennali a capo di fondazioni, di presidenze di fondazioni, unite la nostra professione e il nostro, diciamo, non chiamiamolo hobby, ma la nostra passione, che è l'arte a tutto tondo, unite al fatto che il padre di Jacqueline è un grande musicista e ha un'orchestra sinfonica tra l'Egitto e Los Angeles, quindi crea un ponte addirittura tra due continenti. Noi abbiamo addirittura la Stanza della Musica e abbiamo fatto, io ho diretto insieme a Bertarelli la festa di Montagnata per 10 anni in Toscana, e ho sempre eventi musicali che patrocini e promuovo in tutta Italia, anche all'estero. Abbiamo deciso di fare questo progetto. Questo progetto è un progetto che chiama un po' tutti a partecipare in piccolo o in grande, con o le economie, le conoscenze, la propria professione, il proprio talento, il proprio tempo. Sono tutti elementi che insieme, uniti, fanno un'orchestra unica. Okay. Questa orchestra unica in realtà è la prima sede di una comunità, perché l'orchestra deve suonare e la musica e l'armonia deve essere perfetta, non ci sono protagonismi, sono tutti importanti, tutti essenziali. Quindi abbiamo pensato di partire dai bambini, i bambini dai 6 ai 16 anni, e concentrarsi sui talenti musicali che però non hanno i mezzi per poter volare, o semplicemente sono nati in regioni del mondo in cui si devono preoccupare di altro, non del loro talento, non c'è nessuno che si accorge di loro. Quindi abbiamo dato il compito a delle persone esperte di trovarci questi bambini, e se andiamo a cercarli nel posto più brutto attualmente dove vivere, dove crescere, che è proprio il territorio della Palestina, che viene chiamato la Striscia di Gaza. E l'intenzione è quella di non farsi prendere da mani protagonismo, prendere barche, andare in giro, fare cose che poi alla fine purtroppo non portano a nulla, anzi c'è tanta voglia di fare, però alla fine si mette solo a rischio la vita di altre persone. E abbiamo pensato di fare qualcosa un po' più piccolo, meno, diciamo, antisonante, e scegliere dei bambini, prendere loro, portarli qua. Ovviamente tutto ciò comporta molta attività legale e amministrativa, perché ci vogliono le visa, ci vogliono le richieste, cioè non è che i bambini possono girare così nel mondo, soprattutto se hanno un problema di carta, di passaporto. Quindi questi ragazzi non sono ragazzi solamente della città di Gaza, sono ragazzi che portano in grembo diverse culture. Quindi portano in grembo la cultura ebraica, la cultura cristiana e la cultura islamica. Per cristiani intendo tutto, intendo maroniti, copti, per ebrei intendo tutto, e per musulmani intendo varie branche del mondo musulmano. E poi ci sono anche i zoroastriani, perché ci sono pure loro, che ci dimentichiamo sempre. Quindi questi ragazzi saranno 16 ragazzi, e l'età non è importante, perché si può suonare benissimo a 9 anni come a 16 anni, cioè è un discorso di talento. Gli facciamo fare 8 settimane di masterclass, 4 in Italia e 4 in Egitto, 2 a Venezia, in questo palazzo, tutti, e 2 perché c'è anche questione di sicurezza, quindi dobbiamo stare tutti insieme, quindi è una masterclass molto chiusa, e 2 settimane a Palermo, nell'altro palazzo che è di nostra proprietà, Palazzo Imperatore, davanti alla cattedrale, dove assaporeranno già quest'idea del Mediterraneo, perché Palermo è particolarmente multiculturale, molto più di Venezia. cioè lo è nella sostanza. E poi faranno 4 settimane in Egitto, quindi scenderemo, ok? Sarà non una salita verso il nord, ma una discesa verso il sud. E in Egitto, che è abbastanza prossima come posizione rispetto a Gaza, perché sono confinanti, tutte queste 8 settimane questi ragazzi avranno dei musicisti di grande rilievo. Infatti noi stiamo invitando Martangeli, gente che lavora con lei, Nick Rhodes di Duran Duran, stiamo invitando molte, Mario Baiardi, Carlo Contarelli, cioè persone importanti, italiane o nel mondo europeo, e persone invece che provengono dall'area qui Egitto-America, per farli da istruttori, cioè da insegnanti. Quindi loro avranno in queste 8 settimane questa esperienza. Questa esperienza sarà costantemente filmata, perché io ho scritto una piccola sceneggiatura che ovviamente avrà delle modifiche, perché parliamo di bambini, non parliamo di attori nati, quindi è un docufilm che vogliamo fare per rappresentare che non è una forzatura, assolutamente. Ci saranno dei momenti difficili che riprenderemo, ci saranno momenti di gioia, ci sarà magari come spende a volte, non lo so cosa succederà, qualche archivio si spezzerà, però di fatto l'idea è quella di rappresentare che la musica supera ogni limite, ogni muro, ogni pregiudizio, ogni blocco l'uomo possa fare. Perché i 2 bambini possono essere al di là del muro, ma la musica va sempre. Quindi il fine è rappresentare che è possibile una coesistenza, un'armonia sinfonica tra persone di diverse culture, diverse lingue, è possibile. Tutto ciò è possibile, ed è anche possibile riuscire a documentare questo documentario e alla fine di tutto creare insieme ai docenti che seguiranno questi 16 ragazzi di queste 3 religioni e di 3 lingue, perché parliamo di interpreti che parlano l'arabo, che parlano l'ebraico, che parlano il cristiano, l'italiano. Quindi persone che siano in grado anche di far comunicare, non so, un professore di lingua che Nick Rhodes parla inglese, parla solo inglese, Martellini anche parla inglese, forse un po' di italiano, però sicuramente non parla l'arabo, parla un po' di ebraico forse. Insomma, è difficile, quindi è un'operazione da questo punto di vista molto complessa, perché mette in pratica comunque delle lingue diverse, culture diverse, per unirsi in un linguaggio unico che è la musica. E alla fine di questo progetto ci sarà quindi un documentario che dovrà essere ripreso, tecnicamente fatto con ovviamente delle persone esperte. Al di là delle idee bellissime c'è la parte pratica che è molto complessa, poi dovrà essere montato e avrà anche una sua musica, perché l'ultimo goal di questo progetto è fare una musica che sia la melodia del Mediterraneo. Okay? Quindi l'idea finale a cui sono molto affezionata è questa, quindi una musica che sia la musica del Mediterraneo, questi ragazzi del Mediterraneo. Questo progetto ovviamente sarà il progetto del 2026, che si svolgerà nel 2026, ci vorrà un po' di tempo per maturarlo, perché per fare un film ci vuole molto tempo, per non fare una cavolata, bisogna trovare anche un bravo distributore, per fare in modo che tutta questa fatica non porti a nulla. In più questa musica che verrà fatta avrà una sua strada, che è la strada della produzione musicale, quindi è un'altra strada che è comunque parallela a quella cinematografica, quindi 2 strade, e in più avrà un altro goal molto importante, che è quello di essere riprodotta ogni 3 anni. E vi dico perché. Non è un discorso di biennale, triennale, non c'entra niente con questi slogan che ormai sono così in voga, il festival della musica, il festival dell'arte, no, non ha niente di tutto ciò. Voi sapete che l'uomo nei secoli, la storia dell'uomo è segnata di spostamenti di confini. Nulla è di un paese, nulla è di un popolo, tutto è dell'uomo, della sua umanità. Quindi siamo abituati a dire, ma lì c'erano i romani, ma lì c'erano i greci, ma lì c'erano gli egiziani, ma lì c'erano gli ebrei, lì c'erano gli arabi. No? E perdiamo di vista il fatto che da sempre la gente c'è stata l'immigrazione, no? Da sempre la gente è immigrata. E quindi rappresentare il fatto che con la musica, quindi la musica la possiamo ascoltare ovunque, non dobbiamo spostarci come per vedere una mostra, la possiamo ascoltare ovunque. Il potere della musica è che effettivamente questa musica, questo inno mediterraneo fatto nel 2026 sarà diverso da quello fatto nel 2029, sarà diverso da quello fatto nel 2033 e quando non ci saremo più. Perché ogni volta nel ciclo della vita, facciamo di 3 anni, c'è un movimento, c'è una guerra, c'è una conquista, c'è un'invasione religiosa soprattutto, spesso religiosa, e che porta con sé una cultura anche musicale, abitudini diverse, per cui questo inno mediterraneo avrà continuamente una mutazione, subirà una mutazione, e quindi sarà il Mediterraneo 2026 e 2029, quindi questo è il progetto. Ovviamente questo progetto verrà patrocinato dal Ministero dei Beni Culturali, della Cultura e dalla Presidenza del Senato Cultura, quindi noi avremo un'investitura nazionale italiana e ci muoveremo, adesso vado in Egitto a ottobre per avere un'investitura egiziana, quindi ci sarà un discorso anche intergovernamentale tra i paesi, che comunque è anche giusto coinvolgere in qualche modo lo Stato, anche se lo Stato, come sapete, non mette un soldo. Cioè, ovviamente lo chiedo, se loro vogliono farlo me lo chiederanno, però se loro chiedono vogliono partecipare, non sono io a chiederglielo, perché non è una speculazione sulla sofferenza degli altri, okay? È un progetto che dà spazio a tante persone anche che sono nel settore, quindi chi vuole partecipare a questa, diciamo, arca di Noè, chiamiamola, anche se non siamo tutti animali, questo è il momento. Queste presentazioni non le faremo in tutta Italia, le faremo anche a Parigi, a Londra, a Berlino, le faremo a Madrid, a Barcellona, a Maiorca, che è una casa di farla prossimamente, a Formentera, anche penso che dei posti bellissimi. Le faremo ad Alessandria, in Egitto, le faremo a Nueva, a Ras el Khaimah, cioè tutto il Sinai. Non le possiamo ovviamente fare a casa perché saremo il pericolo delle persone per proteggerci, quindi non è proprio il caso. E le faremo in Giordania, le faremo in altri paesi del Medio Oriente dove c'è questa sensibilità all'argomento, e in realtà non ci vogliono dei milioni per fare progetti di questo tipo, ma ci vogliono persone che vogliono partecipare, okay? Che non pensano a se stessi ma pensano a un bene comune e farebbero parte tutti di un evento che ha un prodotto che possiamo toccare, anche se non lo tocchiamo, perché comunque il film non lo tocchiamo, la musica non la tocchiamo, ma toccheremo i cuori di tutti. E i ragazzi che parteciperanno sono dei ragazzi che riusciranno ad acquisire la consapevolezza del loro ruolo facendo queste masterclass. Perché al momento ci sarà la curiosità di andare in un altro paese, di scoprire un paese diverso, delle persone diverse, ma in realtà loro diventeranno i veri protagonisti di questo evento, e io vorrei che passassero una storia loro, più che noi, perché di noi c'è solo polvere, ci sarà solo polvere. Quindi io spero di avervi rappresentato in italiano tutto il progetto, se avete domande ve le potete fare dopo. Vi ho lasciato dei bigliettini qua semplicissimi, proprio è la consonante di questo incontro oggi, a differenza di tante feste che facciamo, è la semplicità. In un momento in cui c'è il fashion, il glamour del cinema, in cui tante persone vengono, giustamente per il mercato del cinema, per chiamarli a far parte di questa arca di Noè. Per cui ricordatevi che questo progetto coinvolge, lo ripeto, 16 ragazzi di tutte le religioni, cristiani, ebrei, palestinesi, musulmani, della striscia di Gaza, che comunicano ovviamente in diverse lingue e verranno qui da noi 4 settimane, in Egitto per 4 settimane, e il prodotto finale sarà un film, un documentario, una musica e veramente questa esperienza incredibile che loro faranno qua e che noi di riflesso faremo. Adesso io do la parola a Jacqueline, Isaac, che gli dirà la stessa cosa in inglese, ovviamente con le sue parole, perché è giusto che ognuno interpreti con la sua personalità il progetto. E volevo solamente aggiungere che gentilmente dei carissimi amici Oliver Weber hanno voluto far dono, hanno voluto partecipare a questo evento donando questi gioiellini per le persone che hanno il piacere di averli. Quindi dopo, alla fine della presentazione, se volete avvicinarvi, io ve li darò insieme alla lista. Abbiamo preparato anche un po' da bere perché è molto caldo dalla sala a sinistra, quindi sappiate che lo siamo sprovvisti di acqua e di pasta. Do la parola a Jacqueline. Prego, Jacqueline.
Duran. We were saying in Italian. And I think that rings a bell with all of us, where sometimes we feel so different, but yet our hearts connect. And it allows the language to be understood. And that is the concept, the heart of the project. It's the heartbeat. Is that we are speaking a universal language. The power of music. Music to connect our hearts, to remind us all that we're just human beings after all, right? The very humanity of who we are, the brothers and sisters that we are. And we've seen this a lot in war, where you have children that could be considered enemies. But when times get tough and you unify them on the language that they understand, very quickly they become friends. And very soon after that, they become family. I remember there was a story spoken about tea, and it was actually a story in Afghanistan. And Americans were going into Afghanistan, and they wanted to have it. And so what they did is they had a tea with the family members who were heads of the tribe. And the first tea, they were strangers. They had to come together and have a second tea. That second tea led to friendship. But by the third tea, they were family. And that's unbreakable. And that's what we want to do. We became family. We went on a very funny adventure. We met the very first time here in Venice last year. We were still strangers. And then divinely, we ended up on a road trip together. We call it Thelma and Louise. It was a trip we took together from Milan to Paris, and we became friends. And today, with Mom here with us as well, we become family. And that's the idea, right? We want these young people to become family. Let's be honest, the world is very difficult right now. The politics are harsh, and a place for children to be born today, to be thinking about the future, is very, very difficult. Our place here, our position, is to make it a bit easier by creating that family bond. So the strong force of music. My father is a great composer, musician, works both brains because he's an engineer, but he has an ensemble called The Bridges, which is bridging the gap. All religions, all walks of life, coming together, embracing each other's humanity. And it started an apprenticeship program, all by the mastermind, Countess Chiara. This concept was beautiful when she addressed it and proposed it. I was like, why not? This could be the next stage. Because we see it a lot of times in the little places, in the war zones, in the camps, and a lot of times this unity movement is hidden. But what if we can take that hidden project that many people have, by the way, around the world? How can we multiply it? How can we create the multiplication, everlasting effect? And I think that this project will bring that on. Imagine being just a young teenager, and you're asked to be in a home with other young people that you would have never thought you would imagine, let alone live with, learn with, eat with, break bread with, which, by the way, when you break bread, that is unbreakable. To have those moments together in different places in the world, here in this beautiful home, protected in the covering of love by a family, even that, it's so personal, so intimate, to be here learning with a family covering, and then going through the same in Palermo, and then finally in Egypt. For many people may be afraid of Egypt, or what it could be like, but they actually find out it's quite safe. And together, they can unite. Jewish, Christian, Muslim, together, and imagining, in Egypt, what a precedent is that? What a time it can be to bring these young people together. I'm so excited about the small steps, but then I am also just as excited about the big vision, which is turning it into a film series and also an opera that goes around the world. Think about Opera Aida, for example. When you think of Aida, I connect with so many Europeans and Middle Eastern and Americans because of the Opera Aida. It's one opera that lasts an input on generations. There were meaningful melodies of the Mediterranean, a song of unity, a song that can be sung. I can even imagine eventually going to the radio, being taught at certain levels in schools. What can this do for humanity? So I invite you all, just like Countess Chiara, to join us in this beautiful journey and adventure. Mama, you have this beautiful center in Egypt, and I can imagine with the bed, everyone being together and joining forces. If you want to share a little bit about the center in Cairo. Thank you all so much.
Project?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We do have a center in Egypt in one of the best locations in Egypt. Egypt is safe. Egypt is a beautiful country that you can visit and you will not be threatened. Egypt is a place where you can find freedom, where you can find tourism, where you can find joy, food, luxury, and we go also to the poorest of the poor. So you can choose the children that you can see. They are smart, but they don't have opportunity. We bring them to our center, and we teach them, and we help them, and we love on them, and we show them their identity, so they can be the future, not only for Egypt, but for the globe. And we are preparing the young people by renewing their mind. First, renewing their mind about themselves. When the poor people look at themselves, they say, I'm poor. I don't have anything. No, you're not poor. You don't have anything. You have a lot. Because you are created by the Creator, who His image is in you. So, coming to the center and living in the center and seeing the opportunities in the center, how you can be someone who can impact your community and you can impact your family first. And then you go from there to impact the whole country. And joining here, joining with you, with your smile, with your art, with your, the heart that you carry is the heart of God. And it's full of love and passion and action. We're creating a movement here. We're not talking about an event. We're talking about a movement that it can change society, that it can change cities, that it can change homes, starting from the homes all the way to the city and to the community. Welcome to our center in Egypt. I'm inviting each and every one of you to come, and we will host you and we will love you. Thank you. Yes.
Project in English, guys speak in Italian, in English.
Okay. And very soon I'll be speaking in Italian. Remember us, you might be a part of the film.
Yes.
So the concept of the project, the whole idea, is that we would begin sometime this year, and we would take 8 children, 17. Oh, no, it's 17. Okay, so that's 17 children, and they'll be Palestinian, Muslim, and there will be Israeli Jew, and they're going to be Coptic or Maronite, and also Catholic Italian. And so the idea is they will live together, and they will start here in the Palazzo, and we will have this apprenticeship, we will bring the great minds of music to teach them and to begin developing the opera. And what's beautiful about it is they're going to have a partnership. So the young people will have the mentorship of their apprentices, of their baskets, but at the same time, they're working together to create this beautiful project. So you're bringing the minds, the different cultures, coming together with the talent to create the beginning of the composition. And then from there, it will continue. So I like to call it stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So stage 1 will begin here. Then it will go to Palermo, in the Palazzo in Palermo.
Palazzo in front of the cathedral.
Beautiful, beautiful. And there, they will continue stage 2.
Yes, it's in Palermo because Palermo is in the center of the Mediterranean, and is a town where the meeting with the different heritage is every day, because from Africa come many people in Sicily. Is the board of Europe, and all people melange, mix with a different heritage in Christian, Jewish, and Muslim in the century, and you see is in the architecture, you see is in the music, in the face of the people. It's important Palermo, because Venice is the Europe, is inside the Europe, in the center. Palermo is a board, after in Egypt.
That's very important. Stage 2, I would say stage 2 is the sandwich. It's the middle of the sandwich. Because it's what's going to glue stage 3. Because remember, a lot of young people, they've never left their community, they've never left their home, they've never spoken to people really outside of a different religion. Without speaking for Egyptians, for example, the Coptic Christian Egyptian community, they're very insulated because they're afraid, because they've had so much persecution over history. So to be able to tell them, no, we're going to take another step here. We're going to engage you with people that come from different places and different religions, and they're not going to harm you. I think the learn is very strategic for that right now, because they're getting used to it. It's adaptation. Saying, okay, we were in Europe, now we're going to the world. We're seeing different cultures emerge. It's not that bad. It's not that scary. And it takes the fear element out, which I think is a very important part before we head on to Egypt. So that stage 2 will still be the development of the opera, and the apprenticeship will continue there. Then in the final stage, stage 3, hopefully at this point we'll be ready enough to feel the comfortability of being with one another in terms of the young children. They'll stay in the center. We have rooms, residency for them. And my father, Victor Isaac, with his group and other people in the musical world in the Middle East will come together, and they will finalize the development of the opera series. Now the idea
is a movie and opera.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is where we bring film into it. So through stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, there will be filming that will happen, and I think that's very important because it's raw. Yes, it's very raw. To see maybe there may be conflict. There could be. When you're living with people, I mean, think of your roommates. You know, when you had roommates, there were conflicts. And that's okay. It's a part of the human nature. It doesn't mean you turn into enemy because there's a conflict. You're going to have to learn to dialogue and to overcome that conflict. So that film will be very important because it's the stages of reality that lead to unity. And then finally, this is the eternal part I hope that will last for generations, is the opera will be finalized. And then it will go around the world, as you mentioned, from this, all over the world. People will hear it, listen to it, they'll embrace it. And it will be amazing at that point to have a call to action where people go to the opera and watch it, and then they do something. They have some kind of action, and it turns into a movement that will then work itself out, and it will help it to continue forever, perpetuity. So the idea is the sale proceeds will then allow the program to continue the next year, and then the following year, and then throughout generations.
Yes. This project started in this now. It's the first day where Jacqueline and me speak about this project. And the goal is the movie, the documentary movie. This movie is the location for the movie is between the master class with the big teacher, very big teacher, and from everywhere, because it's very important to the teacher. To talk to the teacher is different, it's necessary people to translate the language, okay? For to develop a melody, a song, an Italian song, okay, and ode. And the movie is in this house, the location is this house, is Palermo, my house in Palermo, the palace, and the palace in Cairo. The goal is the documentary. The second goal is the melody, but it's very important because the melody go everywhere. It's not necessarily video, it's not necessarily nothing, it's just a telephone or a violin or a guitar, okay? And the last goal is you don't forget the board of humanity change all the time. And a land is not my land. It's not my Christian land. It's not my Jewish land, my Muslim land. The land is of the people living in this place. And it's necessary the people reflect, change idea about this. Because the Romanic people have all Europe, all Syria, all Egypt, okay? But now Roma is small, it's just Rome, the empire of the reason. And my family comes from this family, from Gens Julia of Roman, but I don't ask the land where my living, okay? And I think with this message, it's very important for you to understand that with the music, with this bridge, this experience for the children, with the teacher, because it's necessary, it's very important, the teacher and the children. And the language in this case, in the finality, is the music. Must start with the heart, okay? And this presentation is for you. It's the first of the different presentation in Italy, in Europe, in Oriente, and in America, for to develop a movement, but in particular to develop this project. And for this project it's necessary not just money, it's necessary the people, the spirit, the people who like, for example, the photograph, the director, the professor, every people, the people who like to spend the time to help, okay? There are different possibilities for every people inside this room and in another room where I can play with Jacqueline this presentation. Because it's not necessary very much money. It's necessary the heart and your eyes. Okay? The eyes, don't forget the human history. Don't forget. Okay? I don't know, my English is very bad.
No, that's very good.
Very good. But I think it's possible for Jacqueline to speak better.
I think it's amazing. Your English is wonderful. My Italian, though. No, but I think it's something very interesting you talked about, which is the land. You know, all I know is that I live in this land, this is my land. I'm remembering a story that's similar in concept. A friend of mine, he was a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador, very famous Egyptian actor. And he fought during the 6-Day War, where he went and fought against his enemies, Israel. Egypt, this is Israel. And when he was a soldier, and his job was to kill. That was his job, kill the enemy. And when he went, he was about to kill a soldier that he found who he was wounded. And the soldier said to him, please, don't kill me. I have a family. I have children. Please don't kill me. And he chose not to kill him. He went back to Egypt. They found out what he did. They exiled him. He was kicked out, exiled in America. Years passed. And he prayed, I want to see what happened to the soldier I killed. Such a powerful story. On the Los Angeles Times, the story is just unbelievable. On the Los Angeles Times, he wrote an article. He said, maybe, just maybe, he'll cure about me. He said, I am the man that didn't kill you, hear my story, I'm living in Los Angeles today. If you ever see this, contact me. Somehow, some way. This is powerful. This is the humanity.
Yes.
This is the humanity. Somehow, some way, somebody that knew him in Los Angeles got him because he heard the story from the young man. The young man now was older, and his children got older. And he was telling the story about the Egyptian who saved his life. And they reunited.
How many years after the event happened?
I don't remember how many years, it was long enough. No, it was long enough for the children to have grown. It's such a powerful story. And now he goes around the world just family, but family, they're oneness. So this is the beauty of it, and I think that it comes with experience. It comes with experience with the other.
I thank you for this.
Africa ndey ji réew jamono gën na fi soo xoolee Somalia ñoom ñoo ngay dee ak nga gëstu Éthiopie xiif baa ngi leen di rey ñun doomu Afrika kaleen ñu booloo ñun doomu Afrika kaleen ñu booloo gëm nañu Nelson Mandela Thomas Sankara mi ngi dee ñun doomu Afrika kaleen ñu booloo.
Thank you. Heritage because it is by far and I worked in Senegal for 3 years and in Senegal there are very good experience because for example in Senegal the Muslim people is from this particular religion is the Baifal. The Baifal is a prophet for the is an imam, okay? Is an imam very near San Francesco, like the right. Take all right of San Francesco and is a mix between Islam classic and Christian.
Sufism as well.
Sufism, yes. It is very interesting this. This is for me very, very important experience. Because I have many friends from Baisal, from Angkor, Yore, Senegal, and everywhere. And in particular, I would like to represent when I am secret, because my idea about this music born because I spent many times, numerous times, in Sinai. You know Sinai?
Mount.
Sinai is Egypt. Sinai is the heritage of humanity. Okay? And I spent many times, numerous times in Nueva, Ras Al Dahab, near Tebe, before Tebe. And I got hospital, Vienna, Sacred Vienna. And in this moment I understand in Sinai there are the people is the mother, Jewish, the father, Muslim, the grandmother, is because after the 7th day of the war, many people long with a different religion, and now we have the children with a different religion. Mixed. And it's fantastic because for this reason I like Sinai. I like the people of the Bedouin. Okay, because Bedouin is very people, very simple, very simple, and are very old heritage because it's like the people from Senegal living very direct rapport with the nature, with the desert, in the world, and have many skills about the medicament, from the vegetable, from the animal, okay? And it's a very incredible heritage, patrimonio.
Tradition.
No, ma non sono tutti, anche conoscenze.
Yes, knowledge.
Okay, it's knowledge, And it's not just a nomad, no. There are many historic traditions very important for every people, okay? For the medicament.
Masters, basically.
Masters. And the people don't know. And for this reason, I started in 2018, the Biennale of Sacred Art in Sinai. And my man, no longer, my man forever, is all Israeli and take Jesus Christ, Madonna, without problem. It's incredible. I talked with him about the zoo, about the Angelo, the river, without no problem, any problem, there is a problem. And because it's very friendly with people, and because after the horrible 7 days of the war in Sinai, okay, the born different children with different religion. And this is a very important example. And in Ras Saipan, at north of Neva, near Tebe, there are a place where every people come back from Tel Aviv, from Israel, from Egypt for to play music. Wow. Every people with religion stay in this place and play music without food. This is example of this possible. And filo conduttore,
The common wire.
the common wire is is the law. Because now every people say the war, la guerra genera guerra.
The word generates war.
Okay, why you kill my mother, you kill my father, I dislike you for all my life. I would like to kill you. But there are several possibilities. After war, now it is possible to soldati
Soldiers
si amano
love each other.
e fanno un figlio di cultura. Okay? All this is possible. Dear friends, the people don't think this. The people don't have eyes to see all. This is in front of every people, and the people don't talk about this. Okay? This project is a very important opportunity. It's a small, very small step, prudent, small step, without, I don't want, people don't want to be famous, it's not necessary for me. It's just a small step to open the eyes. Because the resolution is in front of every people. Okay?
It's a concrete step.
Yes, it's a complete step. Because I think before to write and write, before to write the interdisciplinary agreement, before to explode the bomb, I think the first is you try to open the door to door, the eyes of the people. And the children is the future. Okay? And the teacher, the work teacher, is math. Math, I think is the most important work teacher for the beginner in the world. Yeah. Okay, the doctor, the lawyer, the writer, all the work is important. But the work of teacher is the most important. Okay? When the people is very young. Sorry.
No, I think that's so powerful. You're speaking about the teacher. Think about your mentor. You know, your own life. Who taught you? What did they teach you? How did they define you? So this idea of the mentorship is not just music, as you were speaking about identity building, and you were sharing what the experience after the war with the veterans, which, by the way, she's very courageous. Right now, to go to the veterans.
You can stay with me. I drive to Milano, Paris, and
Together we had victory. but even the concept of the mentorship, I think, would be very powerful. And as you were speaking about the press, I thought to myself, each one of you here, and we're here during the film festival, each one of you here today, I know, has some kind of influence, some kind of connection in a different sphere of influence that can shift the dynamic, because the pressure is that the system is going one way, and that way is not good, it's dark. But we have power. If we unite and we use our spheres of influence, I can only imagine what can be said on the news next year after this program really starts to take off. What are the narratives? How is that going to shift? And we can start to create
Alternative currents.
I love that. Say that again.
Alternative currents.
Wow, that's so powerful.
I would like just take your attention for Abdul. Abdul a dress typical from Senegal. This is very orthodox.
Yes.
This is from Baifal. This is like Rosario from Baifal. Okay? And this is typical from colonialism. European.
Yeah.
See the
It's
difference.
very
Oh
old.
my goodness. Wow.
It's very old. Allora, this is for me è un segno, no? Di come le culture si mischiano, no? It's a
Symbol of
symbol of
the
the
culture.
mixture of
Melting showers.
this is the symbol of colonialism in Africa, from English, from all of the Dutch, from French, and people think it's Senegalese. It's Senegalese because it's very important when the people go in another country. It's very interesting to mix, to go inside. It's not very problematic. It's problematic when the people would like to destroy where they are. The reason because you go in this land. This is the problem. Okay? Because it's possible to mix it. And Venice, the town of Venice, is very important. The Repubblica Serenissima of Venice. Because it's the first, the young example where there isn't king, there isn't queen, there isn't imperator. There are the Doge, but the Doge is represent the Republic. There are a Senato,
Assembly.
Assembly is the assembly of every people, and the force, the power of the Republic of Venice is the legge mercatoria, the lex mercatoria. Is the people, every people is not subject, is not submit about the power of the government, but is the free liberal commercio, the free
trade.
This is the power of Venice. You remember this. And when the French, the Spanish, the Vaticano, the Habsburg would like Venice, it's because Venice is very rich. Because the people is free. It's free in all republic, until Syria, until Bergamo, until Slovenia, everywhere is Venice republic. And this is very important because the history of Venice is very long. It's not 30 years, is
Centuries.
years. It's incredible. And when the people enter inside the Republic of Venice, have just the lion with the ranger open. But all religions come back. Jewish, the first ghetto, il fondaco dei Turchi, Turkish, Armenians, every religion come back here, and the Venice power is not the wall, it's the commerce, the market, the free market. Okay, this is very important because now there are different walls in the wall for the economy. The fake glasses is the economy. This is true. Okay, sorry for my metaphoric education, but the problem is yes, and there are very big important regions between Venice and Senegal, in particular il Dangor and il Loré, where with the Diaz Biennale of Art in the 2026, because the title is Island Art, And in particular because I would like the change, all the absolutely change the history about Igoré. You know Igoré? Igoré Island in north of the Dakar. It's the first place where the Arabic people transform the humanity from the empire of Mali, Senegal, Sudan. There is a Senegal in a big empire with a king, okay, 1100. 1100. Yes, very long. When in England there are yes. In this moment, the Arabic people come back from Arabia Saudita and take the humanity, dark humanity, in the color of the group, and l'hanno ridotti in schiavitù,
Slavery.
Slavery. He is not Christian.
Mm.
No, he's Arabic. Yes.
Yeah.
Arabic. The word started as Arabic. And all this land, all these people go everywhere in America, in Arabia Saudita, in China, China people. Is the esclavage not born with Europe, born with Arabic. And the people don't know.
So that's why it's
The people don't know this.
I know it.
Yes. When I go to different places, I study, I enter the community, and
Okay.
and for this reason, it's very important to understand this. Because in Africa, in these two islands, Gorée and Angora, I would like to transform this
Destiny.
I would like remove, okay? Because it's necessary to go away. In the past, Roma is the first big, Cairo is Alexandria. Now it's not.
Yeah.
The destiny of the country, of the land changed.
Yeah.
Because you don't, it's not very good in misurare. The history of the country, of the nationality, about my life.
Yeah.
My life is small. The life of humanity is big.
Yes.
Okay? Allora, it's very non ha senso. Allora, to understand this, I think that the first street is music. Yes. It's very easy.
In origins it was sound. And
Yes,
the sound was the
sound, after the art, after the art, the studio, the art, the video, but the music go everywhere. It's not necessary I asking the permission to transport my master painting. Wow, everywhere. Okay, this is very important. And now I thank you, Jacqueline, and Yvette. Thank you, Abu, for your surprise, very beautiful. I thank for you, everybody, the friends with Oliver Weber, with your present. And there are friends who would like to speak just very quickly. Another activity don't have a relationship with this.
Almost.
Yes.
I'll bring it.
But a relationship with the art of Rosamundi, because Rosamundi use the plastic and mirror like a pearl, and would like to speak just 5 minutes after a little drink. Okay, prego. Ci siamo qua, noi ci siamo là. Ecco Carlo.
My mother would like to present the
Okay.
Yeah, we have some information here about Rhodes' success,
Okay.
and if anybody wants to know more,